This is Flo Rogan, and this is The Art of Rhyming, episode 59. Just because you rhyme doesn't make you an artist. You know how we do. And we got a very special guest tonight. We got Snotty, founding OG member of the Umbrella. Long overdue for us to chop it up. He's on the live right now, so I'm not going to waste any more time. Let's get him on and get this show going, man. There he is.
What's good?
Peace, bro. How are you, man?
I'm chilling, bro. How you doing tonight?
Doing good, man. Long ass day. You know what I'm saying?
I hear that.
But we're here, man. I wrote this interview down to the minute, man. Here we are, man. So
happy to be here, bro.
No, thank you, man. Honor is mine. How have you been, man? I last saw you in New York, man, like a month ago, man. It was dope to be there.
I'm chilling, bro. I'm chilling. Just got the project out, just playing that game right now. About to get back outside, start doing my rounds for the summer and shit.
Nice, man. Dope. Listen, man, I couldn't help but want to start with the heavy shit, with the current events, man, because I'm going through everyone's storyline, and I'm seeing what's going on in LA, you know, with the ICE protests. I thought I'd ask you, man, like, I see you're making posts in solidarity. How are you feeling about it as an American, man? I thought I'd start right with the heavy stuff, man.
Man, fuck ICE, man. Fuck ICE. Shout out to Poppies.
Got it.
Straight like that.
Got it, bad. Got it.
I don't really get political. You know, but right is right and wrong is wrong.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave it at that. You know what I'm saying?
Fair enough.
I let people sway whichever way they want, but if you don't see the problem with what's going on, then I can't make you see it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be the one that's going to be able to make you see it. If you can't see it, it's not going to be me to change your mind.
But you're not afraid to say how you feel, which is cool, man.
Not at all.
Man, that's cool. So look, I'm going to give you a bit of an introduction, if that's all right. So this is Snotty. You know, for anyone that is just learning of Snotty, it's still possible. He's an OG founding member of the Umbrella, alongside Pro Dillinger, heavily respected lyricist in the underground. And as far as I understand, you're from Newburgh, NY. Did I get that right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I think you really went on a tear out the gate upon founding the Umbrella, like around 2018, 2019, releasing a bunch of EP projects. And, you know, me going back in time and peeping, because I wasn't, you know, paying attention in real time, those projects were super raw, brutal, about your life and life in the streets, super direct style, I would say, which is something you have in common with Pro Dillinger. And I could see how work like that would have helped put Umbrella on the map, man. So, yeah, I got a bit more to say. It's going to be a little long-winded.
Nah, do your thing.
But feel free to jump in, bud. So also notably, you know, when I look back, you released a flurry of projects. I think some of your most critically acclaimed, most hard-body projects around 2023, including Garments from Italy, produced by Michelangelo, Other Side of the Wall, produced by Don Carrera, Ma Vida Loca, you got mixed producers on that, Steiner Brothers, finally, your collab project with Pro back then, and Chapter 2, Boy George Dreams, yeah, man, all LPs off memory, man, so, yeah, man, and you just dropped the Blue Carpet project right now, produced by Goodphella a few weeks ago, so how's that going, man? How's that going for you so far?
The people fucking with it, man, that's all I can ask for.
Right.
You know, I'm not naive. I understand my shit not for everybody. You know what I'm saying? But the people that it's for is for. You know what I'm saying? So right now I'm just like catering to my, how you say it, like my niche. You know what I'm saying? I'm catering to my niche, catering to my lane.
Yeah. Give it my, I think it's called Give It My All. That's my jam, man. I've had that on loop for the last couple of weeks.
Yo, that's
I fuck with that tune heavy, man.
Give It My All and Nobody's Safe. Those is like the two ones that everybody's saying something to me about.
Yeah. And no spoiler alerts, but any videos for Give It My All, any possibility? Or
I want to do one, but it's got to be done right. So if I can't do it the way I want to do it, I'd rather not do it at all.
Got it. Understood, man. So I want to say, you know, how this interview came to be. So I interviewed Pro Dillinger like 3 times, Mickey Diamond 3 times, and I've sort of been following their journeys at this point. And it's been back in the back of my mind, inevitably, that I'd connect with you at some point, man. again, OG founding member of the Umbrella. So last I was considering who to interview, I'm like, this is one that I actually have to do, you know, and I had to reach out to you about it. It wasn't just I wanted to do it, I have to do it, and the timing was right, man. So thanks again, man.
Now I'm happy we're able to do it, bro. I'm a fan of your work too. I've been tapped in.
Appreciate it, man. And it's pretty cool, like, because the timing was good. I reached out to you to schedule the interview. Then shortly after, Cameron Bahani reaches out to me and invites me out to NY for his album listing party. He told me a bunch of like figures in the underground to be there, cinematic, New Vegas films. I never met these people, right? And then he told me Pro and Snotty are going to be there. And I'm like, damn, it's about time I met Pro and about to interview Snotty's, man. So timing was dope, man. So yeah. Um, by the way, the project of Cams is coming out on Dirt House Records. You have a feature verse on that. That project is called Reason for Being. I just want to plug Cam for a second here. I know that I think that's Pro's label. Maybe you could correct me if I'm wrong. And he's toying around with working with artists with different sounds. But how are you connected to that label in any way? Is that your guys' label or Pro's label? Or
Like
what are you guys doing with it?
it's bro's creation, but we all got our hands in the pot. You know what I'm saying? Like
Got it. Got it.
at this point, it's like now I don't want to say it like no attachment shit. You know what I'm saying? Because we all our own men, we all got our own ventures and whatnot. But like you know, like that's my tag team partner for real. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Anything he on, I'm on.
Right. Got it. Got it. So when I flew down to NY, man, I hadn't been there in like 20 years, and Cam asked me what I wanted to do. I'm like, yo, it'd be dope if we at least did like one or two like straight up hip hop things. I'm like, let's go to Sedgwick. But yo,
I
I
was gonna
wasn't
ask
sure.
you. I was gonna ask you if he took you there because he told me that that's one of the things you said you wanted to do.
Yeah, man. The thing is, like, I thought everyone that fucks with hip hop in New York would have visited there, but Cam said he'd never been there before, and I was like kind of surprised, bro. So,
I
and I
was
didn't know.
just there. I
Go
was
ahead.
just there for the 50th anniversary. They be having
Okay.
like a thing over there every year and shit. And I was there. I've been there a couple times, but I think that's like that should be like a mandatory checkpoint. You know what I'm saying? If you come into
Yeah.
New York and if you're not from here and you come here, especially on some like I don't want to say tourist shit, but on some like hip hop tourist shit, like
Yeah.
I don't know, doing your knowledge or whatever, like yeah, swing through.
Yeah. But isn't it mandatory for a New Yorker to stop by there as well, or that's just too regular for everyone to pay a visit?
New
I
York,
was geeking out, man.
New Yorkers treat everyone like they not a big deal. So
Got
you
it.
know, it is what it is. But I'm
Got him.
I'm like that to a point. But in the same breath, it's like I'm wise enough to look at the significance of everything that came from that. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I do see the big deal in it.
Got it. So look, I wanted to talk about your growing up, if that's cool. So Newburgh is the city I've heard you reference most in your interviews. And on what I read in Wikipedia, correct me if I'm wrong, it's one of the most, or was one of the most crime-ridden places in New York.
Yeah,
Is that about right?
it be hitting the lists and shit. The little lists they be doing like worst place to live or da 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 da. It be on all them most violence per capita, da, da, shit like that.
Right. So did you always live there, or did you move around
Now I
growing
moved
up and shit?
around. I moved around and shit too. Like, but like always like in that general area, in Orange County, Hudson Valley type shit. But
Right.
like, I ventured too. Like, I lived in St. Louis for a year. I lived in Albany for like 2 years.
Wow.
So like, I done moved around a little bit.
Got it. If you don't mind me asking, like what took you out there? You know what I mean? What got you to move? Because I grew up on the same street, same intersection the first 30 years of my life, man. I didn't move around all that much in the beginning, but
It took me where to St. Louis.
yeah, just different spots like that.
Yo, I keep it real. Like, when I went to St. Louis, man, I was young still, and not that young, but younger than I am now. And yo, my life was just crazy, man. I was in and
Got
out
it.
of jail. It was like I couldn't catch a break, man. And I came home, and my father lived out there at the time. And me and my father don't really speak like that, but he was like, "Yo, you gotta switch it up, bro.
Got it.
You're not tired of this shit?" And I was like, "Nah, I kind of am." He's like, yo, come out here. And I went out there, but yo, one thing I'm gonna tell you, bro, no matter where you go, you bring you with you.
Right.
And that was my problem at the time. You know what I'm saying? Because I could say I didn't want to do X, Y, and Z no more, and be in the streets and all this other shit. But at the end of the day, that's what I was choosing to do. So you know what I'm
Got it.
saying?
Got it. So before that, before all that, how was life growing up as a kid, though? You know, if you don't mind me asking.
Like I don't want to say it was bad. Like we wasn't rich or not. We wasn't rich by any means, but like it wasn't fucked up. Fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like there was fucked up times. You know what I mean? But like it wasn't
Right.
all bad. I'm not one of
Right.
them.
Right.
I'm not gonna paint it like it was all horrific. You know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't. And I feel like a lot of people, you know, focus on a lot of the bad in life instead of the good. You know what I'm saying? And like, yo, we ain't had much, but we had us. You know what I'm saying?
Got it.
And we always got by, man. We always found a way. You know what I'm saying?
Got it.
I've, I've always been blessed. My family always been blessed, even in times of chaos. And you know what I'm saying? We found a way.
Find a silver lining. Got it.
And I think that's like you know, that's a life skill.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to ask you that because I know obviously your music is an outlet for you, I think clearly, right? And sometimes it touches on some of the darker stuff. There was a quote in one of your tracks, Sin Modelos. It was, I believe, it's the second track of Car Fentanyl, and it was
Yeah,
really getting to some of the darker things in the backdrop of your life. Do you mind if I quote it? Is that
yeah,
cool with
you
you?
good?
Okay. You're like, I can't believe they shot my cousin in his head. Fuck a jail cell. I want them dead. My father lost a decade to the feds. I sold drugs to keep my brother in flyer shoes than his friends. We ain't
That's
never really had no role models. We was flipping crack to eat, not pop no gold bottles. If they get in the way of that, we known to throw hollows. And if I set it off, you know the code the bros follow. Nights we starved made me a demon. Put in pain, my name carved in the cement. Do you care to take us to that part of your life? Because that was the most direct shit I might have heard in your whole catalog about some really heavy stuff,
like yeah,
man.
nah, we could touch on it. Like all right, my man, I mentioned Lone Little Tizzy Flea. You know, situation that happened. I was locked up at the time. Um, situation that happened. He got shot. He passed away. Long story short, there's a voice clip in the song.
Right,
After I say that, that's like what's cracking, cuz I think that's what it says. I'm like 90% sure that's what it says. That's his voice from a video that I got.
right,
But yeah, like shit was just wicked, man. Shit was wicked. And like I was in and out at the time. I had just did a little bit, came home, on paper, and then I'm like on the run, and like shit was all types of messy. My pops was already home at that time. Like, yeah, I'm 90% sure. Yeah, he was already home at that time. He had like just came home. He was like home for like a year or two at that time, probably. But like, yeah, just messy, bro, just messy. And not only that, you know, but like hungry too, cause like when I came home that time and like got like introduced to the quote unquote underground, like
right.
I was like, oh, niggas still want rap.
What year was that about?
When I first started like really peeping shit, probably like 2017,
Got it.
2018, and then like as far as the rap shit, like peeping with the rap shit, and so I was like, oh, there's a lane for what I do, like,
Right,
cause this type of rap is like this is what I do. This is the type of shit I spit. This is the music I make. Like, I'm kind of cut and dry with it, but I was like, yo, I was so caught up in you know, the internet shit with the music and shit. I'm hearing new music coming out. The trends is changing every day. So on to the next shit, like the drill shit, huge. So when I found like the underground shit, that shit was like a breath of fresh air for me because I was like, oh, it's still a lane for what I do. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Like cause yo, for a minute it was like, yo, you come rapping, like, man, if if they not like 30 and up, they gonna be like, man, don't nobody want to hear that old shit, man.
Yeah.
Don't nobody want to hear that old shit. You know what I'm? But then like, there's cats my age and older that's like, man, they fiend for that.
Right.
They're looking for that. You know what I'm saying? They're looking for someone that's talking it like that. You know what I'm saying? Like taking them back to, you know, whatever times they went through, whatever it does for them, whatever feeling is sparking them. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is.
Yeah.
But it's giving them what they're looking for. You know what I'm saying? So it's like finding out that people still wanted that. It was like exciting for me. So I was hungry rapping. You know what I'm saying? And like
Right.
I wasn't Colombian Snow Talk. I recorded in my man's studio, but Carfentanil I started recording in the crib again. So like I'm right in the crib recording all this shit. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Like that whole album, I was in the crib.
Mm-hmm.
I had the studio in my bedroom at the time. Matter of fact, because we was in a small crib and the kids and everything. It was a lot. It was a lot. But like, yeah, different times. You know what I'm saying? And the rest of the verse kind of like, you know, self-explanatory.
Yeah. Colombian Snow Talk, that was your first project out, like under the umbrella. Is that right? Did I get that right?
Well, like when I had put that out, that's when me and Pro linked.
Got it.
I put out Colombian Snow Talk. He was about to drop Everyone's Foul, I want to say.
Okay.
Yeah, Everyone's Foul. And that's when we linked. Bow. So then that's kind of when the umbrella like was formed, type shit,
Got it.
or like what the idea was born. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So I have a whole segment on that and pro. Gonna get into that. Your discography, bad. There's so much I want to get into with you, man, because I've been spending the last month. Um, I wanted to ask you about some of your lyrics, if that's cool, and we'll get
yeah,
to
that's
that
cool, bro.
if you're good with that, bad. So, um, in your music, you talk a lot about deception and shit. You know what I mean? Maybe being deceived by people you grew up with, maybe in the streets, maybe in music. I don't know, but based on what you rap about, I take it at face value. What does it take for someone to gain your trust these days, man?
Is you gonna fuck with me when it's not beneficial?
Got it.
Not only that too, but you know, like how you gonna carry it? How you gonna carry it when someone's speaking on me and I'm not around? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Um, will you defend my honor in my absence? You know what I'm saying? Like shit like that. And I don't know. That's a crazy question now that I'm thinking about it. Like, damn. But I'm not trusting though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm damaged, man. Like to the point where it's like, you know, I don't trust people. I won't try. You won't give me a reason not to trust you, and I won't trust you. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? Like
right. So
straight
you
up.
don't
Like
you don't
I don't
trust
need a
up
reason.
front.
I
You
don't
don't
need a
trust up
reason
front.
not to trust you.
Got it. That's where you come from. Got it. Got it. So, I've heard you say in interviews, you didn't come in this game to make friends with everyone, etc. I think it was interviews, maybe songs. Um, is there a difference between like socializing with fans and networking with artists? Like, to be honest, I'm not the most social person. I turn out to host this show, and I'm very social on the show, but otherwise, like, I'm not the most social person, man. But how do you navigate these things, man? Just between wanting to be a private person and just networking, socializing, all that, bad. Is it tough?
Sometimes it can be. Sometimes it ain't. Sometimes I feel I'm naturally social. You know, and then I have my moments where I'm like, I don't want to be fucking bothered.
Yeah,
Um, there's definitely times not as not as often when you know like when shit is spaced out, like when you're not on the road and like fucking road running every weekend, different states and shit like that. Like and you got time to like chill, it's cool. But like you look forward to going out and like wiggling and shit at a show or whatever. But like when it's like back to back to back, man, sometimes that shit can be a lot.
Right.
But I feel like you just gotta find a balance. And at the end of the day, you know, like, man, these people is coming to support you.
Yeah.
These people are supporting you. These people are spending their money to come out and fuck with you, to come to the show, to, you know, buy the merch, whatever. Um, don't be a fucking asshole. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
So I get that. Don't give me. There's times where it's like people will be trying to talk to me, and in my head, I'm like, yo, I just want to get away from this nigga.
Yeah. I hear you.
But then that other voice come in on my shoulder, and it's like, yo, don't be a dick. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, don't be.
Right.
And you know what I always think of too, the saying, "Don't meet your idols." You know, because I
Right.
don't met people like that I looked up to and held in a certain regard in this rap shit, and then I meet them and like, yo, this shit is just blown to smithereens. Like,
That was one of my questions. I assume you've met some of your idols. Were you disappointed or were you, impressed at any point?
I've had scenarios where it goes both ways. I've had scenarios where I'm highly impressed and uh he lived up to the hype. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
And
Yeah.
then I've had scenarios where it's like, yo, you gotta be kidding me. Like, yo, this is crazy.
Right.
Um, shit that's just like off the walls, weirdo shit. Like, but everyone's different too, you know, and that's something with when you're dealing with music and anything creative, man, any type of art,
Right.
you're not gonna be dealing with the most sound fucking people. You're not gonna
Yeah.
be dealing with people with their screws all
It's true.
tightened up. You know what
True.
I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
let's call a spade, bro. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Not to say that all artists are crazy or or stupid or nothing like that. I'm not saying nothing like that at all. I think everyone a genius in their own way, but not everyone's good socially. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That
Right, right.
straight up.
So look, this next question maybe is a bit repetitive. You let me know, but like obviously we met, we hung out briefly. You know what I'm saying? But when I look at your social media, it's a lot of like middle fingers in front of the face, very fuck the world vibes. You know what I'm saying? But in the comments, like you're super thankful and shit. Just wondering, like, what's your mantra today, Bad? What's your world outlook? What do you live by, Bad? Energy wise, that's a fair question, man.
That's a fair question. Damn, that's a deep one. Pause.
I think you knew what this interview was going to be about, man.
Yeah, that's kind of deep, man. Well, as far as like the hand in front of the face shit, like straight up, like I'm still getting used to cameras, still. Period. After all these years, like
Yeah, yeah,
my whole life before this was stay away from cameras. You know what I'm saying? So it's still it's still in my nature to like I don't know. Maybe I'm not comfy with cameras yet or something. I don't know, but that's just my nature. But I be trying to be mindful of that too. But I am very my attitude, man. I'm like pray for peace, but prepare for war.
got
That's
it,
how I live my life,
got
bro.
it, got it, man.
That's how I
So,
live my life. I
so
pray
look,
for peace, but I prepare for war.
gotcha. We're ready, gotcha. So I wanted to ask you, man, just where did the name Snotty come from, man? I don't know if you've ever told this story, but to me, it's one of the first things I wanted to ask you about.
Um, like a homeboy I used to fuck with. I don't really want to get too in depth on it because
That's fine.
I don't
It's
fuck with the boy no more, so I don't really want to get into it like that. But it was from a friend once upon a time.
got it, got it. So just getting back into the hip hop shit, like what's the first hip hop song you remember and what impact did it have on you?
I can't tell you the first song I remember. I could tell you the first video I remember.
Okay,
The first video I remember like vividly, still to this day, is like Rough Riders anthem.
right.
Um, all the motorcycles and shit, and the dogs and shit, and It was Turn. I remember that. I still remember that. As far as songs, damn. I got New York State of Mind tattooed on me. That's like one of them. That's one of them songs for me. Nas.
Right.
Um, I don't know if I remember the first song that I remember hip hop wise. I remember songs that like when I heard, I was like, "Yo, what the fuck." I
Right.
remember songs like that. I remember moments like that, but I don't really remember the first song that was like locked in on me.
Was this something even with the Rough Riders, or did it hit you like, yo, this is something I want to do right away, or that's something that developed over
Saying that,
time?
nah, the Rough Rider shit is before I ever rapped, ever tried
Right.
to rap, ever wanted to, ever had a desire to rap. I
Right.
just remember the video. I knew the song, but I remember that video vividly from when I was a kid. Um, as far as songs that like was like, nah, this is what I want to do. Like, I won't say songs, I'll say albums. Illmatic, Only Built for Cuban Links.
The classics.
Not even to be cliche, but like I'm from that era, you know what I'm saying? Like Reasonable Doubt,
Right.
War Report, you know what I'm saying? Like
I feel like the blue carpet gives me Reasonable Doubt vibes, just overall vibes. I don't know, certain songs.
it's smooth, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah,
Hov was
yeah,
on his smooth shit on
yeah.
Reasonable Doubt. He was real like real player like, and I could see the comparison with that. I could see the comparison.
Right.
I take that as a compliment.
For sure, man. So growing up, like, what was like, what did music come first? I assume music. It was music before hustling for you. Is that a fair statement?
Say that one more time.
Did you grow up like wanting to do music before you were whatever hustling or whatever you were doing to put food on the table? Like, or was it the other first? Or
Nah, it was kind of like honestly like both, cause like by the time I started rapping, like I was already fucking around outside and like starting to get in the streets and get familiar and find my way and shit. But I was always rapping too
right?
at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Rap came into my life kind of early. I started rapping when I was like 15, 16.
Got it.
So like yeah, I was outside for like a couple years before I started rapping. But then it was like when I started rapping, I took rapping serious. Like I never took rapping half-ass. I might have took rapping half-ass as far as putting music out, but I never took rapping half-ass as a sport, as a craft. You know what I'm saying?
Got it. Right.
So even if I wasn't putting shit out, like yo, I done lost hard drives, bro, with thousands of
Oh
songs,
shit. Right.
thousands, bro. I got more music that I'll never release than these niggas could ever make, bro.
Yo, Mickey Diamond said the same thing to me, man.
No lie,
Exact same
no,
thing.
bro. When I tell you, bro, and I got 3 computers in this room alone right now. When I tell you, I got thousands of songs, bro,
Right.
thousands, bro.
Right.
And that's something I look at kind of different now. Like over the time, I was like just trying to be selective, with what I put out. But now I'm looking at it like, um, catalog is big in the game now, and the streaming shit is where it's going. So the more work you got out there, the more work they could do. You know what I'm saying? I be telling the new guys, man, pull the trigger. Anyone I know that's coming up, man, pull the trigger. Don't be hoarding your music. I'm not saying don't be selective, and I'm not saying don't put care and thought into what you're releasing as a project and just throw shit out. I'm not saying that. Put thought into it, plan it out, but put that shit out, man. Put it out.
Right. Um, it, just wanted to ask you, like, when you were growing up, did you think music was a tangible way to make a living or make money, or was it more of a hobby for you, man? Did you see things
Like
around you that led
when
you
I
to
was coming
believe?
up, that shit was sport. Like
Okay, got you.
that shit was like, yo, that shit used to be a dog fight.
Right,
This was human dog fighting, bro.
right,
I'm talking pulls going for necks. Like it, you came outside and it was like whoever rap wherever, like you was trying to go get next to them and you was trying to out rap their mans. Like, yeah, not to say like battles, but like, yeah, that's what they was, battles. But it was more like, yo, going verse for verse. And but yo, I done seen cats drum off. I done drummed off like 20 verses, 30 verses, and it's like, yo, where y'all just sitting there and it's like, yo, when is this? You just praying he run out of raps.
right.
No, that was that era where like you had to. That was like the second coming. Let me not say that era because back in the day, I think it was like that too. You know, the Sedgwick days when they was going and battling with crews and shit like that. So like this, but my era was like the return of that era.
Right.
The whole DVD era, the battle rap era, like that whole shit was like the return of that. So like you was trying to be outside and showing off your sword pulls, but like you know, or showing off your skill. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like nowadays it's not so much like that. I feel like people. I feel like now people do it more for a look
Right.
than like for the love or the passion or the pen or the sport or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? The game, the love of the game. They they doing it. They doing it to get likes on the gram and you know be in pictures with so and so and this and that. And look, that's cool. Do what you do. I'm not knocking nobody, man. I'm not knocking nobody. Move how you move. Um, but I like that competitive shit, you know. And I feel like it's kind of like you know coming back. I feel like Thousand Words and Ricky Gray kind of did a kind of you know sparked a little something with the EVA versus shit. I kind of like it. You know what I'm saying? I'm with all that. I'm with all that.
Yo,
Um,
I I saw Pro make a post or a story. I think Mickey Diamond was the prior champ or something. Now Pro's the champ, and now Pro's
you,
calling out Mickey Diamond. I assume that's friendly competition, man.
nah, 100%,
But
100%.
but they want to do it on pay per view, man. I'd love to see it, man. I'd love to see
Listen,
what it does, man.
I'm with all the sport activities as far as rap go. I'm with all the verses. I'm with all of that. Um, hit thousand, pick the date, straight like that.
Right.
But I feel like everyone should feel like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everyone should. If you don't, this might not be the sport for you. Now, I'm not saying you know you got to be competitive. If this is not your lane. Everyone got their own way of doing things, but I don't
I
know.
I I think you with your pen, man, you can go for next, but you're also like a balanced songwriter too, man. I think you got the best of both worlds, to be honest, in your style. You know what I'm saying?
I
Obviously, it's got a
appreciate that.
hard edge across the board, but yeah,
No, I appreciate that. I've been told similar things. You know, I like to talk that grimy shit, but I like to talk that grimy shit on smooth backdrops, man. I
right,
like
right, right,
I like the last few years I really been fucking with the drumless shit hard. Like that's really my favorite type of beats is drumless right now. I ain't gonna lie, it has been for a minute. I be trying to steer away from it some, but
right,
cause yo man, some of these. Not that I really care what anyone wants, and let me be clear about that. I don't really care what anyone wants as far as music goes. You know what I'm saying? Like
right,
I'm
right.
gonna do what I'm gonna do, take it or leave it. You know what I'm saying? Um, but there's like some fans who are like real critiquey on the drumless shit. They're like, "Oh, that shit ain't hip hop." Da da da. And I'm like, man, listen, man. Um, to each his own.
Right.
But I'll be sliding on them motherfucking drummers beats, so I don't really want to be hearing shit. And not for nothing. some of the best cats doing it, you know, set the tone with the drumless shit. Rock Marcy, come on.
Right.
The guys got drumless albums. You know what I'm saying? Come on. Let's be serious.
So look, I think it's safe to divide your music endeavors into like two chapters. Let me know if you agree. Before linking up with Pro and starting the umbrella, and then after. It sounds logical for me to break it up like that. How
What's
would you
that?
just how would you describe your ventures or adventures with music before you two connected? Like, what was the highest point you would have reached, like milestone wise, before starting the umbrella?
Oh, like I was shaking and moving with rap before before the umbrella. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't taking it as serious as far as like branding, you know, like creating something bigger than myself, like bigger than just me as an entity, like an actual brand. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I was just more or less focused on rapping and being outside rapping and showcasing my talent. But I was still active, but I would go on spurts. Like I said, I had one foot in one shit and one foot in the street. So it's like my full attention was never given. Still to this day, I keep it 100. I've never once given rap my full attention.
Right.
To this day, right now in my life, I'm probably giving music the most attention I ever have.
Wow. That's dope
Real,
to hear.
realistically,
Right. Right.
not that I haven't in like other times since me and Pro have linked up, or like this second run that I'm on, this umbrella run and everything. Like this is the at it all that time. I would say right now is the most serious I'm taking music.
Okay. Okay, so this is your second run. That's cool to hear.
Like a
Um,
second breath, I call it, like a second wind.
right. We got CZ joined, interviewing him next. Thanks for joining, everyone. Gonna shout out a few people. Ben to the Tilly, Blunt Tubes, Isaiah 2.0. Thanks for joining.
Blue, get
So,
out, gang.
Being evacuated, brother.
My fault.
no worries. Take your time, bro. So, so I wanted to talk. I read an article, 2023 Bandcamp, that sort of, I think it was an interview you and Pro, and they Pro got inspired to get back into making music because of what Griselda was doing, like everyone did basically. And the way you guys connected is he's going through the comments in a Griselda video, stumbled across your name, was intrigued by your name. Then he checked out your page and he was blown away by your music. He messaged you. Uh, what year was that?
Whatever year Colombian Snow Talk dropped, I'm gonna say 2018,
2018? Okay.
2018, maybe 2019. I'm not too sharp with the dates.
It's all a blur.
I'm gonna guess and say 2018.
Got it. So what did he say to you, and like what point were you at in life
He
and
wrote
music,
me.
man?
He wrote me. He said he heard Colombian Snow Talk. He said he was blown away. Mentioned a certain song on the album, a song called Holiday. He said that this shit was like insane to him. Like he couldn't stop playing it. And me and him get talking. He's sending me the files for everyone's file before it drops. I
Right.
seen the art before it came out, before it was finalized and everything. Like at this point, like we like chopping it up, like we fucking with each other. Like so like he keeping me in tune with his shit, and he drops bang. Old spaghetti, old spaghetti was on there. What else was on there? There's a couple of joints on there, man. Fuck, I don't remember. I'm not good with titles. We done put out so much music now too. It's to the point where it's like, damn, I remember songs by the beat.
Right. Right.
But
He had some personal tunes too. I'm forgetting their. I don't know why I'm forgetting their names. Some of my favorite tunes.
Old
I'm just
Spaghetti
forgetting.
was the one when I heard when he had sent me that though. Like
Right.
when I had when we first started when we first started chopping it up and shit, he had sent me that. At the time, he had just recorded it. The shit wasn't even out.
Right.
And I heard that shit. She like, um, he had. I had heard this shit, and I still remember the line: "Old spaghetti in the microwave, something in the kitchen, the fiend been hitting that pipe for days." And I
Right.
was like, "Yo." He took me there. He took me there visually. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I was like, damn, I've been there visually. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was like, I was like, yo, he talking what I talk. So then it was like a camaraderie thing. You know what I'm saying? There's this lane we both trying to stamp our feet in that we just discovering at the same time. You know what I'm saying? It's uncharted territory for both of us. We kind of just, leaning on each other. Not like, I don't want to say like that. I feel like when I say leaning on each other, it sounds weak. I don't mean it like that. I mean like bouncing ideas off each, building with each other. Let me say it like that. We was building with each other. So then like we start having a conversation because like, yo, when we first came in and shit, man, we was jacking beats off YouTube, man.
Right.
We came
Right.
from jacking beats off YouTube, like straight up. So like we start having these conversations now. Now this is now we introduced the band camp. Now it's a thing for us to actually put the music out how we want, make a few hours off it, whatever. But like, yo, damn, we need our own beats. We need artwork. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to build a network. We don't know nobody that do this shit. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, we might know some cats who make beats and shit like that we knew from like our neighborhoods or shit like that. But like, we didn't know nobody that was doing what we was trying to do. You know what I mean? So when we was building one day on the phone, I come to him with the idea. Yo, what do you think about us building like a network? Da 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 da.
Right.
The name comes up. Someone says it's Cordian brother. I don't know if it was me. I don't know if it was him. I'm not gonna claim credit. Either way, the conversation was me and him. The name comes about. Bing boom. That's what we call it.
Right.
He's like, yo, I'm in tune with a couple cats from over here. I was like, cool. I'm in tune with a couple cats from over here. And then the cats that we brought in also wanted to bring people to the table. We kind of like sifted through some shit and like, handpicked and put together like a little roster. And like that
Who
was the
who
inception of it.
Here's what I think is cool, man. It seems to me, and I read in that article, Pro was like, he said to you something like, yo, you should have like 1 million followers or whatever. Your music is that good, something like that. But what I think is dope is like, I think he was just getting back into it, it seems like, right? I think his third run, and you're where you're at, but together you guys sparked something. The umbrella man. Yeah, I just think that's a fucking cool story about that. Just somehow you were able to like inspire each other. It seems. Yeah, man.
Nah, I agree for sure. That's my bro, man. To this day, he inspires me. You know what I'm saying? And I could say vice versa confidently. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We always had good chemistry from the first time we linked. You know what I'm saying? The first song we ever did, I pulled up to his crib, bro. It's like sketchy shit going on. You know what I'm saying? But I'm no stranger to this, so
Right.
I'm
Right. Right.
cozy. I'm
Right.
cozy. I pulled up me and my shorty at the time
Right.
with all my equipment, my computer, the mic, all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we set that shit up in the living room and did like 2 songs.
Right.
But we always just had that chemistry where it's like, if you put us in a room together with some beats, man, we gonna do something.
Right. And back to the like umbrella. Who were the original members? You know, when you guys just got together? Was it just you two to begin with, or was it like a bunch of people? And who
It was
was it?
me and him to start. We had the convo on the phone,
Right,
but then like from there, like people was added. Rob De Niro, the producer,
right.
he brought his brother Bishop. If I'm not mistaken, they brought Mickey to the table.
Got it.
Um, Pat Scientist, wherever he went. um,
People come and go, man. It seems like at times.
the kid fell off the face of the earth. Yo, I hope
Right,
he's good. You know what I'm
right.
saying? But
Yeah,
um, Josiah,
right.
Creasy, John Creasy. Who else?
That
Most Beats, Phyclopsis.
it's a that she's an artist, right? Is it
Nah,
a
it's a
she?
he.
It's a he. It's
It's
a
a he.
okay.
It's a he.
Got it wrong. Got it.
Um, Mallory Knox.
Got it. So those are the old,
I
those are
forget
the
the
some of
word.
the earlier members. Okay. So look, I when I went back to your Spotify, some of your earliest projects, man, I thought they're some of your best and most raw, like short projects, but potent. So again, I'm just gonna run it down and then sort of turn into some like side stories through your discography, man. So 2019, you got Colombian Snow Talk. At least on Bandcamp, it said it came out 2019. Then you got Car Fentanyl, produced by Straight Bangas. That's one of my favorites, actually. Then you got also 2019, New York Belgian Ale, produced by Influence. I think is a dude from Belgium. Also one of my favorites. So, were you making this type of music before you sort of started the umbrella with Pro, or did you sort of shift once you met? Was there any shift in how you were making music?
I'll say there was a shift maybe with the consistency of the sound. My sound was more bouncing around at the time. Not like I wasn't rapping like this. I was rapping like this. I was rapping the same about the same shit. Popping my shit how I pop it, but I would say the consistency. I became more focused on a particular lane. I would say I found my lane
Got it.
when I start putting all these when we formed the umbrella and I start putting these projects out. I would say that that's when I like found my lane and was cozy. Like, yeah, we here now. Now I could do something. This
Right.
is a space I could work in.
Right. So 2020, you got Impossible Odds, produced by Impossible, and again, I wasn't tapped in at that time to the underground. Like
That's Mickey Diamond, bro.
that's what I was gonna ask. That's what I was gonna
Impossible
ask.
is Mickey Diamond.
Got it. Got it. Got it. Um, do you remember how Mickey Diamond, just to take a detour, how he first joined the Umbrella? Like exactly how it happened? Because he joined as a producer, obviously, right?
Got brought to the table as a producer, but the mention that he had he it was told that he raps too.
Right.
We all get the building. Once we hear him rap, we're like, yo, you're not a producer no
Right.
more.
Right. Right.
It's quiet. Um, like I don't remember exactly when, but I remember like that time frame. Like I remember, yo, like when we first started this shit, bro. Yo, I'm not gonna lie, bro. We used to get on FaceTime or like the Instagram video chat, the three of us, bro, and be building for like 2-3 hours, bro. To the point our women be annoyed with us. They come in the crib, it's like, oh, you want to phone with these niggas?
Right.
They
Right.
already know. They
Right.
already know. Like, but I feel like that was like, yo, not for nothing. I feel like we all needed that at that time, not for nothing.
Yeah.
Um, to keep us going in that direction. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um, because it's easy to get sidetracked, man. Life be lifing.
Yeah, man. What was it like seeing Mickey's like transformation from a producer to like this fucking super MC, I would say, selling out vinyl. Was it kind of surreal to see, or you kind of knew it would? I think it's impossible to know, how an artist will be received. But what was it like
Let
just
me tell you
watching?
something. I knew he was fired from the first time I heard him. I
Right,
had to argue with him to put his first project out. I mixed Bangkok Dangerous One.
right, okay,
I mixed that whole shit,
right.
and like it was like a fight. It was a fight once upon a time. Me and Pro fighting with him to put that shit out.
Really? Why didn't he
Yeah,
want to put it out? He thought he wasn't ready, or what?
for whatever reason. I'm not gonna speak for him. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? But for whatever reason, you know what I think it was? He just wanted this shit to come out a certain way. He wanted this shit to have a certain look to it of professionalism, and I respect that. You know what I'm saying? In hindsight, I respect that. But I'm glad we was on him at the same time.
Right. Marco P.3000, like Snotty the Beanie Seagull out of the crew. I swear I was thinking the same thing, but like
Yo,
just your direct style,
shout out
man.
Marco,
I agree
man.
with that. Yeah, but so moving along, you also dropped Death Machine, and I'm spending the whole month going through your catalog. Also, super raw project, super dope. 2021, you got Hell in the Cell, produced my most beats. I understand, like he's one of the early producers for
Original
the
member.
Umbrella,
Original member.
and I'm understanding he's like a young dude when he first started working with you guys. But can you tell us a bit about him?
Oh, he's from California. He's a good kid, man. He just had a baby and shit. That's why he been like off the radar and shit. He on his grown man thug thizzle right now.
Got it.
Which I respect. He doing the right thing. Um his time is being dedicated elsewhere, and I'm not mad at that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Um, but the kid is a fucking animal with the beats, bro. Like, and he always has been. He's got his ear is different. And his style is like all over the place, if you ask me. Very, very soulful, but then like, man, it could get dark and grimy too.
yeah,
He had the best of both worlds. The kid is a legend, bro. The kid could never make another beat in his life. He's gonna die a legend.
right, right. What does it take for a producer to capture your guys' attention and get in with the crew? But I know Thelonious Coltrane. I'm actually, we've been messaging back and forth for a while now, man. I know he's interested. Actually, we joke around about it, but what does it take for someone to really catch your attention and get
Like
involved with
production
Umbrella?
wise,
Yeah,
I don't even know, bro. Like, it's like luck of the draw with me, man. Like,
got it.
I think people fuck up, they be having this perception of the beats we want.
Got it.
They hear our music,
Right,
they're like, on YouTube, there's a thing, type beats. I don't know if you know about type beats.
right. Yeah,
People
yeah, yeah.
people don't know what I'm talking about. Like,
Yeah,
people be thinking they got Snotty type beats, Pro Diligent type beats.
got it.
Man, them shits do not be it. Them shits do not be it. But like, then you'll get producers like out of nowhere, man. Like, yo, and everything happens for a reason. Like, you might meet people and they work really good, but you just can't deal with them as a person. You can't work with them as a person. It's not the quality of their music. You fuck with their music, but they're just hard to work with, or they're just not on um the same type of time you're trying to be on, as far as what you're trying to do, how you're trying to get it done, whatever.
Right,
But then, yo, I'm gonna tell you what rappers want, man. Rappers want you to just send them the beats, man. Just send the beats. We'll get all the details. We could line out the details beforehand. Let's line the details out beforehand. Let's lay it all on the table beforehand. Just send the beats and let us do what we do, man.
right.
Um,
Stay out of it. Just
and send heat, and send a lot. yo, I don't know why. Like, send a lot of beats. I hate when a motherfucker send one beat.
Right.
Cause yo, like, what if that one ain't it? You got my attention. You got my attention. I'm hearing this email right now. So if I make it to the one beat, I'm hearing the email.
Right.
Now, even if the first one don't hit, I'm gonna click the second one. Cause now I'm gonna want something to hit. Cause I'm like, that one ain't it. What's next?
You've opened the pack already, man.
I've opened the pack already. Exactly. Now I'm dedicated. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm trying to find something out of this shit.
Right.
So when you only get like one or two beats and they not your speed, it could be like, it could be hard to work with a producer who want to sound like one beat at a time, for example.
Right.
Like, yo, send a pack, gang.
Yeah, it doesn't tell you much about the producer. Just one beat, man. It can't tell you.
Unless y'all are working like in real time together, like in the studio together, or like even ping ponging on the phone, whatever, in real time. Like, yo, y'all working on a project or something, and like knocking joints out, and the beats is you doing the beats as they're getting made, or then cool. But if it's like working from a distance, 9 times out of 10, man, send a pack.
Got it.
Send a pack. That one beat shit don't work, man.
So back to your discography, man. Also 2020, you got Other Side of the Wall, produced by Don Carrera, Fire Project. Then I saw I peeped Katana self. It's shown as a self-produced album, produced by Snotty.
Yeah, yeah.
So I, how often do you produce for yourself? Do you get the itch to do it?
I'll be making beats here and there.
Got it. Got it. Um,
When I feel like it.
right. There's other tunes that are I think yeah, we're gonna get into some other tunes as well. I want to highlight here, but I also wanted to highlight something from 2021. So that clip that I collabed with you on the Top Shelf Premium, as a promotional post for this interview, I've never had a response like that, as crazy as that, like with so many comments about fire that verse was. So that was you, Pro Dillinger, and Mickey Diamond rapping on Top Shelf Premium. That was in 2021. It had a date on it, man. So I wasn't tapped in real time then, but that seems like a moment for you guys. How did that come together? I think you told me it was a crazy story, and I was looking forward to hearing about it, Pat.
Yo, it was like luck of the draw, honestly, because like Mick was in town. He was pro. They ended up going over there, I want to say the day before, to see the store and just meet Mark, just in general. Um, they meet, it gets discussed or whatever. Originally, I believe it was supposed to just be one person. I don't know if it was supposed to just be Pro or Mickey, but it was laid on the table. Like, we kind of laid it on the table, like, yo, what's up? We all want to do it. That's how they brought it or whatever. Look, I didn't get dragged into this until the next day. Or it could have been that day even. Don't lie. Now that I'm thinking about it, like, it could have been that day. Like, yo, can you get over here? Like,
Right.
can you meet us over there at this time? And I was like, yeah, wow, what's up? And like, we didn't even know what we was rapping. We didn't even know what we was rapping until we was there. We came up with what we was gonna rap when we was there. Like, we didn't know the beat. We didn't know nothing. We figured it all out when we got there.
Well, was that the only verse you had memorized, or like that was like one of your
Nah,
favorite newer verses?
I had like mad verses, but the thing was, this is a crazy part of the story too. Shout out my man Born Unique. Um, at the time, I had did the verse for something me and him was gonna do. He ends up catching a little legal trouble. Has to go sit down for a little second. The verse never comes out. verse heat. The verse heat. I know the verse. I got it in my phone. I know it. We didn't have no clue what we was gonna do until we got there. We figured it out right there. And if my memory recalls me correct, I think we only like even had to try and shoot it 2 times, maybe 3 at most. Like I don't think it took more than 3 takes. But it was a moment for sure, and it was like it was cool. It was cool. We was there chilling. We was drinking. Um, we got to like build outside and just kick it. Like we was just kicking it in the store and shit with Mark. And it was a good vibe, man. It was a good time. It is definitely a moment, especially the way the people took it. That's what turned it into. It would have been a moment for us regardless. You know what I'm saying? Because that was something
Yeah.
that said we wanted to do. Whether individually, together, whatever the case, like that. But that was something we said we wanted to do. So the fact that we, got there and that we got there together, that meant something to us.
Yeah. Feels like a moment on playback, for me, man. It's pretty
Yeah,
dope, man. So 2022, you got Dead Men Tell No Tales. I think that's from Mixed Producers.
yeah.
Also, one of my favorite projects, man. A lot of heat. You got Apex Predator, Mixed Producers, Fire, Cash for Gold. Then you got Garments from Italy. By the way, thank you for giving me the vinyl, man. That was pretty dope.
Nah, you're
Um,
welcome. You're going off Bandcamp dates, something, or
yeah,
yeah. All right. So with the garments from Italy. The garments from Italy came out realistically like 2020, 2021. I want to say it was right after or right before Death Machine.
you know what? Garments from Italy, I didn't see on Bandcamp, so I got it from Spotify, but Spotify is all messed up. So you're saying it might have been 2021? Okay.
Yeah, that because I didn't put it. I know I didn't put it on my streaming until late. Until like it could have been like it was probably a year or two after,
Right.
realistically.
So Michelangelo, man, obviously very respected producer in the underground. How did that come together, and what did that project mean for you?
The crazy thing is when I first heard pass the papers, bro. I got him. When I first heard his production, I was like, I just came home at the time. I remember it like it was yesterday. There was a Crime Apple video. I don't remember the song, but this nigga on a boat in like the middle of the water, just rapping his ass off. But the beat was crazy too. I was like, yo, who did this beat? It was Michelangelo, and I remember telling my shorty at the time, I was like, yo, let me get a beat from this nigga. Watch.
Mm,
Sure as shit, man. Within like a year's time, I had an album with him. That was a good feeling too. You know what I'm saying? And that was like it was cool because it was like he was already doing. He ain't have to fuck with me. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
He was already doing his thing. He ain't have to fuck with me. So I always respect him for that. You know what I'm saying? And he's nice, bro. He's nice. He's got an ear, that guy, bro. He's he's different. He one of them ones with the beats.
for sure. Um, so 2023, you got me Vida Loca, Mixed Producers, Super Raw. Again, one of my favorites. I'm saying that a lot, man. Then you got Chapter 2, produced by Tiger Uppercut. What's the meaning behind Chapter 2, the title?
I had when I did chapter 2, that was like I want to say right after Cash for Gold, and like I had just came out of jail before I dropped Cash for Gold. I came out of jail, I dropped Cash for Gold, and then chapter 2 was just like yo, we here now. You know what I'm saying?
Got
Like
it. Makes
like
sense.
uncharted territory. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And then you got Boy George Dreams, also mixed producers. So I assume that's not regarding the pop singer from the '80s, man. What Boy George are you referring to? Maybe I should know this, but
It's a old school drug kingpin for the
got it,
Bronx.
got it, got it, got it,
Yeah, Boy George, man, George Rivera, free him. You heard?
got it, got it. And then you got Steiner Brothers, man. So you had a single, a Steiner Brothers single, I think in 2019 called La Coquina. But it didn't. It seems like a collab project with you and Pro didn't come together until 2023, right? Unless I'm missing something. Why did it take so much time to put a collab project together? Um, is there any story to that, or
Well, like we had realistically, we had like half a project put together like real quick when we first started working together. But we never got around to finishing it, and I kept going to fucking jail, bro.
right,
Realistically, like
right,
I kept going to jail and shit. Um, Pro Pro had two babies
yeah,
since me and him became friends, mind you. You know what I'm
right,
saying? So like life was lifing on us. Um, but we always made it a point. Like since we linked, it's like it's rare. I think he's got like an album or two I'm not on, and I might as well. But other than that, like we got a slot on every project from each other. You know what I'm saying? So like they was getting shit from us, but like I think I think in people's minds, you know, it sounds so simple, like, oh, do an album together. You know what I'm saying? But it be more than that. It be a lot
right,
more to it than that. Like on the real life aspect of things too, and the chemistry aspect. Not with me. Not to say that with me and Pete that was an issue because it wasn't. But like when we did Steiner Brothers, like at that time, like I was lit. I went and I came home and went and stayed with Pete. I was living with Pete,
right.
and we did the album when we lived together because we was right there. We was like knocking shit down. And then like we had like a crazy momentum going. We was knocking joints down, like knock a joint down every day, knock a joint down, knock a joint down. Then we like kind of like fell back for like a week or two. Would knock a joint out, knock a joint out, fall back for a week, knock a joint out. And then like we finally like finished it, got it all together, and was like, yeah, we're gonna give this to the people.
Got it.
But everything happens for a reason. Um I love Steiner Brothers. That's one of my favorite albums I've done. That's one of the that'll always be like a memorable moment for me. You know, I don't have no collab album with no one rapper. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Rapping back and forth and shit like that. I don't have no shit like that. So that'll always be, and the fact that it's with my mans. It's not with some Joe Schmo. It's not with what's his name who was lit over here. It's with
right,
my mans that I came in this shit with. It's not with
right.
no no outsiders. You know what I'm saying? Not to say it like that, but
Yeah. I I think when I first learned of your name, like it was everyone was saying like, free snotty type shit, right?
yeah, the free
And
body thing was a thing.
yeah, yeah, man. So I want to ask you like when you're, going away on vacation, for lack of a better word, you know what I mean? When you're locked in the cell that first night, like is music the furthest thing from your mind at that point? Are you like, damn, like I had this momentum going, or is your mind in a completely different place? Is music like very far from your concerns at that point, man?
Uh, I think it's a bit of both. I think there's moments of both. Your initial your initial thing, you're not really giving a fuck about no music. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
the initial walk in, like all that, the whole process, the rodeo,
Yeah.
like that shit is draining in itself. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then the thing, when you know you're not going home, that's when it's really draining. Like, if you don't know, like, if you still got that, like, hope that, like, oh, I'm going to court and I could be going home from court, like, they could release me, like,
Right.
you still gonna have that, you know, that glimmer of hope in you. But once you know you there, and like, it depends what your life like. If you got, regardless, it's not gonna be pretty. Straight up, no. I don't care if your people's well off, if everything is, if you got the most loyal girl in the world, if your kids is set, if you still don't got your freedom. You can't walk outside when you want. You can't light a cigarette. You can't. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not free. But then there is moments where it's like, I was just, I just had shit jumping before this happened to me.
Right.
Like,
Right.
I've had that multiple times. Like, that's happened to me multiple times since we started the umbrella, and I'm fortunate enough to be able to pick up right where I left off and get busy. You know what I'm saying? Because not everyone can do that. Yo, this is a cruel game, bro. People got a short attention span. They'll forget your fucking name in a second. Don't
For
think they
sure.
won't. Don't
Yeah.
think they won't.
I feel like when Mickey Diamond first started like picking up steam and like I think helping raise the brand, like the whole umbrella was like raising its stock, right? And again, I just remember like I think you were away, right? And I was just wondering like were you able to see the sort of like steam that was picking up and like what
Well,
emotions were
like,
you going through?
I'm knowing because people telling me, like, I'm calling and like,
Yeah.
my shorty putting me on the phone with the guys and shit, and like, I'm calling the guys.
Right,
So
right.
like, I'm knowing what's going on, but like, to hear it in there and to come home and see it is different. See, the last time I went to jail, it was different. There's tablets, so like, the last time I was in jail, I'm on the streaming shit. The day projects is dropping, I'm
Hmm.
catching my feature verses the day they come out. I'm hearing verses that I laid before I got jammed up come out while I'm jammed up
Mm.
on a
Right.
tablet. I'm hearing myself on a tablet on a streaming platform.
Right.
But yeah, that jail shit is messy, man. That shit ain't for nobody. Free the guys.
Yeah, man.
But back to the point, like you were saying, to hear it and to see it is two different things.
Yeah.
People can tell you it's jumping all they want, but to come and see it is totally different.
Right. Were you getting messages from like fans and shit like that, or not really?
Yo, I had mad people write me, bro. I had people write me and show love that you shout out Mav from the Claws. One of the first people to write me and show love when I got jammed up. Hush Kingpin had me calling his phone. I'm on one of his albums from the jail phone. I got a whole
Right.
track on Porter's Hush from the
Right.
jail phone. Um, Cousin Theo from Cali, never met him a day in my life. Wrote me a letter. And then like I got my peoples into my account, so like people was writing my gram and shit and sending their regards and whatnot, and like, man, people show love. Man, people show love.
Dope. Dope, man. And what was you? Were you still writing? Was that important to get you through that time, or or you fell
I
back
would keep it
all
a
that?
hundred. Writing in jail is,
No.
you'll have your moments. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You have your moments when it hit you, but other than that, yeah, my mind wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? I would more or less try and force it, honestly, to kill time or to, you know, just focus on something else. But nah, I don't like that shit. But like I have written good raps in jail. Like I said, when it hits, it hits.
Yeah.
So it don't really matter where you at when you in that moment. But yo, but for the most part, writing in jail wasn't really my thing.
Got it, man. So, you know, we're happy you're here with us, man.
Yep, I'm
And
happy to be
hopefully it
here, bro.
stays that way. Um, so 2024 feels like you're dropping a lot of singles, man. How would you define 2024 for you, man? Because I know obviously you dropped the Blue Carpet this year, produced by Goodfella, but how would you define 2024 for your music, man?
In one word, outside. Like that's the best way I could describe it. Just outside, man. Um, we went on a crazy run of shows, 2020 to kick off 2024. Went on a mean run of shows that summer as well. I was dropping singles. Besides that, I was just maneuvering. You know, I'm going to other people's shows. I'm going to my men's shows. I'm going to, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to show support to other people I fuck with shows. Like, so I'm rubbing elbows and doing the thing, but at the same time, I'm making mad music. That's the thing. You know, sometimes people will look at your page or look at what you've been dropping or what you put out in the last, I don't know, couple weeks or couple months or whatever, and think they know what you've been doing. Like, I got albums that's years in the making. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like,
yeah,
so even when even when it don't look, there's always more being done than the eye leads you to believe. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
It doesn't tell the full story, and I know you could be like building connections, you know what I mean, while you're not
And
putting out
that's
music
more
or performing and making
2024.
real connections with fans and shit, right?
2024 for me was more or less like that. Like getting myself figured out and you know focused on exactly what I'm trying to do, how I'm gonna go about doing it, what I got to do it.
Right. So I wanted to point out what one song that caught my interest, man, because it was just the content was just different from 2024. It's a tune you have called Carolyn, produced by Goodfella. It
Mm-hmm.
really stood out, and like as per the lyrics, it was an. You mind me talking about this track? Is that
Now
cool?
you good?
It was a neighbor of yours who was like she was abused, like took her own life. Her mother was an addict, and I think you mentioned she was like almost became like a best friend to you, like within the song or something like that. And I imagine like these are not the songs that everyone will remember you for, type of thing. But like, how important is it to have these songs once in a while like this in your catalog?
I like you know diving into deeper topics and shit. You know, I might do it in my own unique ways, but I do like doing that. And not only that too, yo, I I be keeping mad people's memory alive, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm here doing it for everyone who can't.
Right,
I'm here doing it for all my people who can't.
right.
So it's like I'm just paying homage, man. I bet you and sometimes I change names, you know what I'm saying? Like cause sometimes some of the things I'm saying is not necessarily things that people would want to be remembered for
Right, absolutely, yeah.
or will find favorable of their character or whatnot. So I do be mindful of that at times. You know what I'm saying? Now, don't get me wrong. There's people that I have said their names and said things, and it's their real names. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
I, but this is my art, man.
It takes a lot to tell real stories sometimes, man. There's a gravity that comes with that shit. You don't know how people are gonna respond, for sure. Yeah, man.
That's
So
a fact.
so 2025, we're here. You got the blue carpet produced by Goodfella. I looked up the meaning behind the blue carpet. I think I might know what it is, but I just thought I'd ask you directly, Bad. What is the blue carpet? What's the meaning behind that? Because I don't think you put the description up, but
It's more or less like I like you roll out the red carpet
right.
for someone or like the red carpet, the eyes is on you, the cameras is on you type shit. But my own little take on it, you know. If they know, they know. Some will catch it, some won't.
Right, right. I'll leave it at that. I think I know what it is. But
They know what's cracking, man.
so before joining the umbrella, man, did you ever thought, or creating the umbrella, did you ever thought you guys would be like renowned? It seems to me you're like renowned around New York, abroad, of course, in the underground circles, Europe, stuff like that. Did you ever think you'd make even this big of a dent that that you have so
It
far?
still be fucking my head up, man, when people be finding out about us and from all over the place or showing love to us from here or there, man. Every time I go live, man, someone be in there. Um, yo, showing love from such and such. Much love from Germany. Da 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 da. Yo, the other day I had South Africa and my shit. Like all type of places, man. Um, God bless the internet. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah,
think
man.
um, I think it's a beautiful thing. I think it can be used for good. I think it can be used for bad. People will always find a way to misuse something, fuck up a good thing. But for the most part, the internet is a blessing, man, as far as music goes. Cause who the fuck would have thought, you know? Um, not that, and even that, you can't even say that because tapes and CDs and vinyl been making their way around the world for forever since they've been coming out too. So at the
Yeah.
same time, people might have ended up with something, but I feel like it's the availability of things now. You know what I'm saying? That make it accessible to you. Got to make it accessible to people.
But I think for this lane, it's critical to bring all the like uh, global enthusiasts of this lane together as a community to even try and sustain the artist in terms of buying everyone's vinyl and merch and shit like that. Like it's critical, right?
Yeah, yeah, and I just feel like I don't know, man. It feels weird sometimes. The word renown. The word renown feels weird to me. You know what I'm saying? I'll
Right,
take it. I'll take it. Gracefully.
right.
But at the end of the day, we all human, man. Like
Yeah,
if music showed me anything, it was don't dehumanize anyone. You know what I'm saying? Like no matter how people got shit going on. Now it feels good. It's not like the recognition doesn't feel good. I'm happy to accept the flowers. I'm grateful for them. I'm thankful for them. I wear any compliments as a badge of honor. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time too, it's like man, I be respecting my privacy.
yeah. It's a
I
tough
don't
one.
I don't think I would want it weird to where it's like I can't go to the mall and do what I want to do with my kids, or I can't go out and have a drink with my mans and get something to eat without it being weird or in a thing. I don't think I would ever want that type of thing. Now, a couple handshakes and high fives is cool, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm all for the love, but privacy is power, man.
Do you think people expect too much of you even at this level in the game? Like as like like the way they look at you or look up to you, or just I don't know their expectations of you, bad at what you're doing, and maybe you're beyond just a regular dude
My
in
my
their
thing
eyes.
is my thing is this, like, don't expect nothing of me and I won't let you down. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right, right,
Straight up. It depends what day you catch me. You know, some days I do feel like some people ask too much of me. You know what I'm saying? But then like
right,
there's days where I'm like, no, it's nice to be important. You know what I'm saying? It's nice to be in demand.
right, right.
It's nice to be somebody. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Um, Especially somebody known for something positive. You know what I'm saying? This is not like I'm outside doing some bullshit, acting crazy, hurting people. You know what I'm saying? Or they're causing anyone any harm. I'm
right.
I'm 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 telling my stories how I tell them
Yeah,
to get them off my chest and let people digest how they digest. You know what I'm saying? Um, that's all it really is for me. I like I said, any flowers that come with it, I'll accept gratefully.
just wanted to ask you, you being in New York, like how big is this lane in New York, man? Like, obviously I don't have the percent. I'm not from New York, but obviously that's the mecca,
It's
and
jumping.
it's jumping.
It's jumping, bro. It's jumping. Um, it's the place to be. It's the place to be if this what you're trying to do now. Look, now you still gotta get out and move. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get out and move still. But like, it's a good start.
Because in a lot of places it's a niche. You know, I talked to Future Wave about how he's
It's a
received
niche.
out
It's
here.
a niche here too. It's a
Yeah,
niche here too.
right.
But it's bigger here than it is most places
Yeah, yeah,
for
yeah, yeah.
sure.
So, just wanted to ask, do you think there's any specific things the umbrella should be credited for, like any milestones or achievements for what you guys have done for this lane? Maybe that you guys aren't recognized for. Do you guys think you've left your dent so far of things you've added to the game or brought to the game?
I'm not going. I'm gonna just say we we brought we built our own table. You know what I'm saying? We ain't come to nobody's table looking for nothing. We built our own table.
Right.
Just remember that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say we brought nothing to we changed the game or this and that.
Yeah.
You know, we we definitely restored the motherfucking feeling for some people. Um, I feel like that. I feel like that's for sure. I feel like we definitely show some people it's possible too,
And
or that there's there's more room in the lane than you think. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Like that, you can get outside and shake and move off hard work and talent.
Yeah.
Talent above all that. Talent and hard work. You know what
And
I'm
and you,
saying? Like you could go outside and do something.
and you guys got your diehard fans, man. You can't
Yeah,
can't
and
deny diehards. Diehards.
shout out to everyone that holds us in that regard or looks at us in that light. You know what I'm saying? Look, at the end of the day, man, I'm just a regular dude. You know what I'm saying? And I look at all my mans and them, the members like that too. You know what I'm saying? These my mans. Like I know them in real life. It's not that with me. You know what I'm saying? Like but I'm not naive to what we built either.
Right.
I'm not naive to what we built. We built something. We built something crazy, and I'm glad that people fuck with it the way they fuck with it, and we gonna keep pushing it and doing what we've been doing, just at a higher level and bigger scale.
Right. So I saw you put out a story. I don't know if I'm quoting it verbatim, but you're like, a lot of people latching onto the movement, but weren't really contributors to its growth. And then you had a bunch of scissors, you know what I mean? Icons or whatever. It seems like you have to periodically like cut the grass, so to speak. Like, what was that?
Every
What was that
fact,
about, man? What was that about?
just more or less, like be aware who's there and who's there for what reasons.
Right,
What I'm saying, sometimes you gotta trim the fat.
right. And
And
then,
that's not like, like, look, listen, man. When I get on here and I start popping shit like this, like, I might not even necessarily be pertaining to the umbrella. I could be talking about my life period, or not even just life in general. Someone I know, life, something I'm seeing. You know what I'm saying? Like a situation I'm seeing.
right,
It doesn't always have to pertain to me and the members and shit like that, like all that.
got it. So I saw you make another. By the way, how are you doing for time? I got a bit more for you. Are you cool with that, or want to
Yeah,
keep
I'm
it rolling?
chilling. I'm
Cool,
chilling.
man. Cool, man. And let me just shout out whoever's in here, man. Again, Isaiah 2.0, Blunt, Tubes, posting a lot of craziness in here, man. Down for you. Others, thanks for joining, man. So yeah, and then I saw you make another post. You're like, humbly, there's no other umbrella. You know, cut the check or some shit, man. I don't know if there's some sort of battle you're looking to have with another crew or anything like that. And not to instigate, but I thought I'd ask you, man.
Listen, man. Um, Goes for anybody, man. Goes for anybody. We accept all challenges.
Got it, got it, got it,
Holla at 1,000, man. Holla at 1,000. Let's set it up.
got it, got it. So look, you guys came on the scene 2018. It's 2025 right now. Is there anything that you or the crew has learned about this grind? Something challenging that you would have never figured it would be this challenging?
Some days rap can't feel like a job.
Right,
Some days rap can't feel like a job. You're gonna go through periods, you know what I'm saying? Especially after, like, grinding and getting the project done and put together and out and the whole process, and just, having to be on your phone and be engaged on the social media shit, and then you trying to be outside, and or it could be a lot. And sometimes once you get that done, and like you just want to kind of fall back, you know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
like and relax for a little bit. And if you got your ducks in a row, you can.
right,
But I don't know about everyone else. I could only speak for myself, realistically. But man, I don't want to write raps every day. Not every day. I want to write raps. You know what I'm saying?
right,
Like,
yeah,
I can. You know what I
yeah,
mean? I can, but like, it's not like I make music 24/7. You know what I'm saying? And when you're doing it, and you're doing it as business too, and you're doing features and you're doing this and you're doing that, it can become a lot at times. But you just gotta find balance. I think balance is the key.
yeah, yeah.
Balance is the key.
I mean, I used to, write rhymes my whole life on and off. I got that shit out of my system. At this point, I don't even feel like it. So I can understand that some days you just don't feel like doing it. I can
Yo, for
definitely
real.
understand that. So,
It some days it's like I'm cool, but then some days it's like some days I wake up itching to write.
right.
Sometimes I hear something and I be itching to write once I hear it.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask you, man. I feel like pros having a peak year, like he had a peak year 2004. He has a lot of momentum this year. We know what Mickey Diamond has done. I just want to ask for the umbrella in general. Like, Is it clear what the next level is for you guys, or do you guys kind of take it day by day, Pat? Or do you guys have a clear vision or like what you want to accomplish as a collective,
I
or
feel
is
like
it just an individual thing, man? Like I don't know. Thought I'd
I
ask you.
feel like I feel like everybody probably got their own, you know, their own plan or vision for things. But then I think there's also like a collective view of where we're trying to take things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But I think everyone's also got their own ventures too. You know,
yeah,
everyone's got their own things they want to play. Their own plays they want to make. So, and I feel like we all should. You know what I'm saying? But as far as like the umbrella shit goes, yo, look, we're gonna take it as far as we can.
got it.
Say it like that.
Any tour or anything planned? I don't know if you guys have any complication. I'm always asking Pro and Mickey when you guys coming to Canada, Toronto, perform with Daniel's son, everyone go crazy. I think
Yo,
you turned out, but
the international shit could get tricky for
yeah,
me. I ain't
yeah.
gonna lie. Um,
But in
but
America, any touring planned or like
we just did the dirt road tour. You know,
right.
that was fire.
Yeah,
I was outside with bro for most of that. Um, that was a good time, man. But I'm sure the summer heating up. You know, I know some shit about to pop off. We got a couple things. We got a couple plays in motion. We've been talking about. We trying to get some. We was trying to get some Europe shit figured out. I'm trying to figure out the complications as far as the passport and my background and whatnot.
yeah. Got it. Got it, man. So I wanted to ask you, man, like even me running this platform, it takes a lot with family, wife, you know what I'm saying? I work, this and that. How do you I pursue music? I understand you have like three kids, you got a family and shit. How do you balance this shit, man? I thought I'd ask you that question.
Gotta learn how to juggle, man.
Yeah,
Real. Gotta learn how to juggle. It could be a lot, you know, but also, at the same time, I use it as an outlet too. So
right. Dope, man. So look, man,
gotta balance it.
I just had a couple closing questions for you, Bad, and we're all done. I just make questions for each of my guests. You know what I'm saying? Tailored to them. First, I'll just start. Uh, do you feel like music is like a ticket in your life to something greater at this point, or just something you like love to do? Like, is this a ticket for you to get somewhere, or
I feel like it could be whatever I want to make it.
got it?
I feel like it'll be fruitful for me either way. But I feel like if I want it to be like, life changingly fruitful, I gotta focus on a different level. And that's the zone I'm trying to get into.
Right. It depends on how hard you want to put your foot on the gas, type of thing.
Exactly. Exactly.
Got it, man.
But right now, my foot on that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? My foot on it. I'm running and gunning right now.
What more can we expect from Snotty in 2025, man? Anything you can divulge? Or
Yo, Snotty Hooks author. Don't ask me again. It's dropping this year. That's it.
nice,
That's madness. Now let me rewind for a second. I told you I got albums that's like years in the making. Yo, now me and Hook's been making this album just as long, almost. I would say just as long as me and Pro started the Umbrella. The first song that we have, the oldest song on our album is from like 2018, 2019.
right.
2019?
Yeah.
2019.
Got it.
But I got that coming. I got another one with Goodfella coming. I got like an EP or two I'm cooking with two different producers, individually produced joints. Um, I probably have like, I don't know, I probably drop like 2, 3 more times this year.
Nice, nice. So look, man,
Me and P,
go
me
ahead.
and P,
Go ahead.
me and P got another bomb that we about to cook. We just put some plays in motion for some Steiner Brother 2 action. So that's coming too. I don't know if it's gonna drop this year, but it's gonna come.
Nice. Yeah, man. So again, I started tapping in like 2022, 2023. I spent the last month going through your entire catalog. I was ODing. There's so much I never heard. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a huge fan. I'm looking forward to what else you drop this year, man. I'll be tapped in. And yeah, man. Any final words before we depart?
Yo, peace to everyone who tapped in. Salute. I appreciate you taking your time, digging through the catalog and all that. Um, Taking the time to form your questions up, just putting the thought and the effort into it. Shout out to you, bro. I appreciate what you do.
Appreciate it, man. I'm just gonna shout out everyone before we go. Jay the Jeweler, Blunt Tubes. I'll shout you out even though you're posting craziness. Tireless, MIDI. Thank you everyone for joining. Have a great night. Peace, bro.
Peace.